Okay, in this video, I tried something new. I tried something that is breaking the internet. I tried ChatGPT. Most of you would have already heard about what ChatGPT is. If you haven't yet heard it, then I'm sure you are missing something phenomenal that is happening in the tech world. ChatGPT is a state of the art language model developed by OpenAI that uses deep learning techniques to generate human like text. Yes, it is very normal, it is very realistic, and whatever input you give, the responses are always human like. It's capable of understanding and answering your questions, generating text in a specific style, and even having a conversation with the users. You would have already seen that many people are using ChatGPT to generate codes in various programming languages or to automate many mundane tasks like writing the emails or sending out mass mailers, etc. So I thought it is the best time to check whether ChatGPT is really capable of answering my SAP questions. So I thought of taking an interview of ChatGPT and understand how much I can rely on ChatGPT to answer my day-to-day SAP questions. My agenda is to start with the basic questions like what is SAP and then slowly move into some in depth questions like the real time problems that we face in our day to day SAP. I'm sure this is going to be fun, so stay tuned and watch the video till the end to understand how ChatGPT is really effective or not. Hey, this is Abhiram and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and like and share the videos if you find them useful. You can also join the channel and contribute to me to make many such wonderful videos. So let's jump into the video. So let's start with the basics. I'm trying to be as human as possible with ChatGPT and treating ChatGPT also as human. Okay, can I take an interview of you today? Let's see what the response we will get it from them. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, it says sure, I would be happy to participate in an interview. Nice. Oh, okay. It is also giving us a disclaimer that it is based on the information cut off in 2021. Nice. Okay. Let us try to understand if it is having any specific questions. Let's see what all modules that it is aware of. Okay, so okay, maybe the understanding of ChatGPT for modules is a bit different. It is showing us what all different versions of SAP or what all different products of SAP rather, because it is also including our CRM, SRM, SEM, and everything. Okay. They're all not actually different models, sorry, different modules, but these are different products of SAP. But still, it's fine. It's a great response because okay, this is very detailed response, and we can see it is giving almost all the products of SAP here. Oh, that's great. It is also adding IS written, IS banking. Okay, so now let's ask a few more questions. So let us focus on how many modules, or let us try treating it as sub modules because modules it has given us a different response. Let us see if it at least gives us what I'm expecting here is like finance or MM or SD. Okay, here is the response. So primary thing that I can see is ChatGPT is acting moreover like a Google. We might not need to base on Google anymore. We can go to ChatGPT and we can try to get the answers more specific rather than searching through different search results in Google. I think that way ChatGPT is really good. Okay, now yes, at least we got the submodules here where it is showing us finance, controlling, SDMM. That's nice. Okay, again it is giving an exhaustive list. That's fantastic. Oh, okay. It is even splitting it into what all the on-premise and the cloud version modules also. That's nice. Yeah, this looks like moreover, as I said, it's a output that we get in the Google search. Now let us next ask about some implementation methodologies. Let us see if it can distinguish between or explain us what all the different implementation methodologies that are available in SAP. Okay, for implementing S4 HANA. Oh, that's nice. Okay. This is not actually correct. SAP recommends not ASAP methodology, but it is recommending Activate methodology for S4 HANA. Although it's not like we cannot use ASAP methodology for S4 HANA. It depends on the project requirements and what kind of implementation that we are doing it. But as such, the response here says that it is recommended to use ASAP for S4 HANA. That is not something that I am convinced. But still, it is giving a detailed description or explanation of what all the different phases of ASAP methodology. It is also mentioning that there is an activate methodology. Nice. Okay. Great. It is detailed, but maybe we cannot rely completely on what ChatGPT is explaining us. Now I'll try asking what is the difference between ASAP methodology and the activate methodology, and let us see if ChatGPT can really give a better answer here. Okay, it says focus is on traditional phased implementation. Correct. On the other hand, activate is an agile implementation methodology. True. Okay, different phases, deliverables, and milestones. And activate is more flexible and adaptable on continuous improvement and iterations. It is also correct. ASAP product produces detailed documentations such as business blueprints, and Activate focuses more on delivering working software and solutions quickly. True, because in Activate we use the predefined best practice systems. So based on the best practice systems only we will continue with our entire implementation. So that is correct. Till now it had given better answers, but all these are textbook answers. So now let us try to see whether the system will be able to answer from a business point of view also. So let us ask, what benefit does the end users actually get if we use the activate methodology? Now, textbook related answers, I feel ChatGPT is really good. Instead of searching over Google, we can really go to ChatGPT and we can answer our questions very easily and with very proper answers. But what I'm not very much clear with this one is whether we can rely on ChatGPT for actual solutions or not. Because whatever we saw till now are like 90% correct. Still, there are certain issues in this one. We are not able to rely 100% on this one. There are certain issues with whatever answers that ChatGPT has given. Something are not correct, and majority are still correct. So let us see. So for this one, yeah, it is giving us faster implementation, improved user experience, lower cost, lower risk, better system fit, and focus on continuous improvement. That's correct. Uh, the major purpose of having Activate methodology as a recommended approach for implementation is because the SAP wants us to use a predefined system, which is the SAP best practice system, so that the entire development will be based on that best practice systems, and the development will be much more smoother, faster, and the end users will also get a benefit of seeing the system at the early phases. So that is, I'm very much impressed with what answer ChatGPT has really given. Okay, now let us change the topic. Let us ask about what is the difference between a profit center and a cost center. And it is really surprising to see how ChatGPT is responding like a human, and even I am also unintentionally am responding as if I am talking to a human. And maybe this is the power of AI, and it is really surprising and it's really wonderful to see this how AI has reached this kind of a potential. Okay, it says the profit center is an organizational unit that is responsible for generating revenue and incurs cost. Perfect. And cost center is an unit that incurs cost but is not directly responsible for generating revenue. So again, if it is a textbook definition, if it is something that SAP is a standard definition, then ChatGPT is really acing at it. There is no doubt that it can really fetch a proper result over the internet and it can provide it to us, unlike Google where we need to keep on searching for a proper result. And so maybe I can suggest at this point of time that if we really are looking for some kind of a textbook definitions with respect to SAP, instead of going to Google you can directly go to ChatGPT and you will majority of the cases get a really good response. I think we have asked enough textbook questions. Now, let us ask some real time issues or real time errors that we face in our day to day while we're working on SAP. So, I'll ask one of the errors that I'm getting in our SAP system when I'm working. So, okay, when I'm posting a document, system gives an error message that the GL needs a cost object. So, this is a very common error that we face whenever we are trying to post onto any particular GL for which the field status group is having a cost object mandatory, or if it is a P&L type of an account, a primary cost element. So let us see what is the answer that we get. Okay, when the system is unable to find a cost object associated with a GL account being used in the document. Okay, GL account being used in the document is not set up with a cost object. Okay, okay, okay. Looks like the system is trying to provide us all the possible cases. What could be? That's fine. Maybe even in if we search this on the Google also, we will get the same responses more or less. But yes, again, we need some effort from our side also to understand what is the actual issue. We might need to try out all, because most of these all or almost all the five of these whatever has been reported looks like a valid possible reason. So we need to analyze further, and we need to see what is the actual case, what is the error that we have faced. But overall, it is really surprising and very much exciting to see how much AI could answer all our questions. Till now, there was no question where we could not get an answer, but maybe we did not get the right answer, or we did not get 100% right answer. But still, it is really a commendable thing that AI could solve all our questions. So maybe, yeah, you should try ChatGPT. Now I'll try asking more specific questions, because till now we tried all the generic explanation kind of a questions, but now I'll focus on the specific question. We'll see what is the difference between OBYC, which we or sorry OB40, what we use for creating the tax GL accounts, and we also have another table called T030K, which is used for India specific GST GL account maintenance for taxation. So let us see if the system will be able to explain us what is the difference. Okay, it says T030K and OB40 are both configuration tables. Okay, that's not correct. And it is used in SAP to control the assignment of GL accounts to cost object. Okay, that's a blunder. Maybe uh, ChatGPT is not getting the right answer here. It is not a table. Obviously, OB40 is not a table. OB40 is a configuration. And moreover, it is not something where we assign cost objects to GL accounts, but it is something where we assign tax codes to the specific GL accounts, or the transaction keys to the specific GL accounts. And there is no cost object assignment here. So it says T030K is a table that defines the general rule of how GL accounts will be assigned to the cost center. Okay, that's not right. And OB40 is a table. Okay, that's not a table, and that defines the specific allocation methods of costs to cost centers. Okay, this is completely wrong. OB40 is a tax specific GL account assignment configuration. It's a transaction code. It's not a table. And T030K is also, though it is a table, it is not used to assign GL accounts to the cost centers. So maybe it's not a good idea to always go to ChatGPT. You can better go to Google and try for some better answers there. You will have a community where humans do answer the questions, and most of them are right. So in this case, yeah, ChatGPT did not score. But still, let me give a second chance and let us ask a question in a different way. So I will ask like how we can configure the GL accounts or a business place specific GL accounts for India GST configuration, and let us see what kind of an answer do we get from ChatGPT. Or I'll clearly mention it as business place specific GL account configuration. Okay, it is giving us the configuration steps on how to configure GL accounts, and it says financial accounting, global settings, business places. Okay, this is a wrong path. We don't have business places as a direct path. Okay, India business places, and create a new business place and assign to the corresponding company code. Okay, it's partially correct. We need to create new business places first and then assign it to the proper company code. And then it is asking us to define tax codes and FTXP. Okay, that's also correct. And there is some issue with this one. When we are trying to define a tax code, we'll go to FTXP, but we do not go to financial accounting. So the formation of the sentence may be wrong, but it is still fine. Assign GL accounts to tax codes. Okay, it is asking us to assign it and assign the appropriate GLs based on the tax codes created in step 2. The path is not correct. Okay, assign tax codes to sales and purchase documents, that is not required here. Okay, configure GST returns in SPRO. Okay, that's also not something relevant for this one. And maintain the GST details in the vendor and customer master. Okay, more or less, this is not something that we are expecting as a response. We wanted to understand what are the configuration steps to configure business place specific GL accounts, which is in financial accounting under tax and sales and purchases. Under India GST, we will configure it. We will assign GL accounts to the business places. That is the expected answer here. So here also, I don't think the Chat GPT's response is accurate. It is not even near to accurate. It is something that we need to uh, have a caution here. The thing that I like here is for every answer, ChatGPT is giving a disclaimer that we need to contact the proper consultant and do not take these answers as a final answer. And that is right. We cannot completely go with these answers what ChatGPT is giving. Maybe it is fine with the codes that we are developing using ChatGPT, but I personally saw there are certain syntax errors also in the codes. But still, that is far better than how ChatGPT is answering these SAP questions. So now I'll go to furthermore a bit more generic question. We'll try to see what is the difference between a condition-based tax procedure and also a rule-based tax procedure, and let us try to understand whether there is any uh, proper answer from ChatGPT in this case. Okay, let's see what is the answer. Okay, in SAP there are two main types of tax procedures. Okay, rule-based tax procedure uses predefined rules to calculate. Okay, this pretty much sounds to me like how people answer if they don't know the answer. Yeah, but condition-based tax procedures, condition-based is used to predefine conditions to determine the correct tax rate and amount to be applied to a particular transaction. More or less, it looks fine, but I mean, although it's not a proper right answer, but yeah, rule-based is based on the rules, and condition-based is based on the conditions that are pretty much straightforward from the question itself. But yeah, rule-based tax procedures use predefined rules, and condition-based uses predefined conditions to determine the correct tax rates and amounts to be applied to a particular transaction. Okay, maybe we'll ask, where can we maintain the condition records if we are using a condition-based tax procedure, and then we'll try to find out what is the answer. Okay, so here's the answer. It says condition records for a condition-based procedure can be maintained in two locations. Okay, sales and distribution module condition records for condition based tax procedure can be maintained in the pricing condition maintains. Okay, it says v slash zero 06 and v slash zero 07. This is not correct because v slash zero 06 or v slash zero 07 is used to define the condition types, the masters of the condition types. This is a configuration change, but what we are expecting as an answer is vk11 and vk13. So that is something not correct. Okay, it also says in the financial accounting module, financial accounting. Okay, it says it is maintained in FTXP, and that is also not correct. So this answer is completely not correct at all. Now let us try and asking what is the difference between FE11 and VK11. Let us be more specific. Let us not try to confuse ChatGPT. Let us give it more specific questions and see whether it will be able to differentiate between FE11 and VK11. Okay, here is the answer. It says FV11 and VK11 are the transaction codes in SAP used to create and maintain condition records for condition based pricing in SD module. It is not SD module. Actually, FV11 is used for all the financial transactions and MM module, and VK11 is specific to the SD module. So, this is not correct. FV11 is used to create condition records and condition based pricing. Okay, again, no offense, but majority of the answers looks like as if a student is writing an answer in their college. But yeah, it is understood being a language based AI model, it is expected to provide some formal answer. So every answer is like this. So week 11 is a transaction code used to change or maintain the existing condition records. Okay, this answer is not up to the mark really because it is not able to differentiate properly between FV11 and VK11. There is no clear answer on what are these transaction codes used for. So yeah, overall, the experience that I felt with ChatGPT is that if it is a textbook answer, straightforward, whatever we can get it in Google, then we we can really expect a good answer from ChatGPT. But if it is something that is specific or something that is more in depth, something that is not from a textbook answer, something that is specific to a real world example, whatever the problems that we face while we are working with SAP, in those cases, I did not see a really good answer. So it is not something that we can rely on ChatGPT for answers. But still, let us give some chance and let us try to ask some more questions. Let us now go to the concept of ledgers, and it is not something that is very specific to textbook or not something that is very practical. Let us ask in such a way how we usually ask the students or the candidates in an interview. So my question is related to the fixed assets or the asset accounting in S4 HANA. I'm trying to formulate a question based on the number of ledgers in the financial accounting versus the number of depreciation areas that we are supposed to create in the fixed assets in the asset accounting in S4 HANA. So ideally, the concept is like if at all there are n number of standard ledgers in financial accounting, then it is mandatory for us to create equal number, that is n number of depreciation areas in the charts of depreciation. Only then the system will be able to link all the ledgers, all the standard ledgers with the depreciation areas. So this is my question. So I'm saying that I have two standard ledgers. Now how many depreciation areas should I configure? So it says when you're having multiple standard ledgers maintained in the financial accounting, you need to configure one depreciation area for each standard ledger that you want in asset accounting. That is perfectly right. N number of standard ledgers and then n number of depreciation areas. Both should always be equal. So it also says a depreciation area is a way of separating asset accounting data in the system, allowing you to maintain different depreciation methods. Okay, it is giving a standard definition of what is the depreciation area. And again, it is further explaining like if you're having two standard ledgers maintained in the financial accounting, you want to configure asset accounting in S4 HANA. Okay, it says you will need to configure two depreciation areas, one for each standard ledger. That is perfectly all right. Again, yeah, I like this disclaimer part at the end because it is not saying that whatever answer it is providing, it is the right answer, but it is also asking us to re-verify the answers with a proper SAP consultant. That is something that is good. That will help people to not get misled by ChatGPT's answers. So now let us change the question. I will say like if I'm having two standard ledgers and some three extension ledgers, then what is the number of depreciation areas that I am supposed to create in the fixed assets or the asset accounting module? So the expected answer here is that extension ledgers are not something that are relevant for fixed assets. It is only the number of standard ledgers that are considered while creating a depreciation area in the asset accounting module. So let us ask the question. And while asking the question, one thing that I really like is that I need not write how I search something in Google. I can really type my question in such a way as if I'm really speaking to a human. The context awareness of ChatGPT is really impressive. Okay, it says if I have two standard and three extension ledgers, we need to configure for each standard and extension ledger. Okay, that is really not correct. As I said, we are only bothered about the standard ledgers of financial accounting while we are configuring the depreciation areas and the fixed assets in S4 HANA. The extension ledgers are only specific to the financial accounting. We do not or we cannot use extension ledgers in any other submodule, like be it asset accounting or be it your material ledger or anywhere. Okay, it says in this case it is saying 2 plus 3 equals to 5 depreciation areas. So this answer is wrong. But again, yeah, the disclaimer really helps here. It is asking to go by the general S4 HANA specific solution or ask any consultant. That is really great because we cannot 100% rely on these answers by ChatGPT. So I hope you have liked how we have interacted with ChatGPT, how ChatGPT was able to answer many of our questions with respect to SAP. So it's really wonderful and really impressive how we are chatting with an artificial intelligence bot and how it is able to answer many of the questions. But yes, at least with respect to SAP, ChatGPT, or any other AI solution, at this point is not that much adept to answer all our questions or to solve all our problems. So yeah, it was really nice. Maybe I'll try to create a new idea based on the next versions of ChatGPT. If at all a further version is released, then we can try asking these questions once again. And until then, see you.